All right, welcome back to the throne room. Oh my gosh. Oh, how are y'all doing? So we got Sean Bryan returning from the last podcast.
Sean.
Yeah, I pointed at
it's all
Sean.
right.
And then we got Seth Williams. He's
Yeah.
he's the regular.
Yeah.
It was just alphabetical order. That's why I went first.
Okay. Well, he pointed at me and was like, "We got shot."
I looked at Seth and I said Sean.
Yeah.
So, well, I was, it happens. We're actually going from the youngest to oldest. So anyway, I'm your host Alex King. On this episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about Antonio Brown, little LeVeon Bell, maybe some All-Star.
Oh, I didn't get to see it because someone refused to let me watch it.
I don't know. It's weird.
Sounds like some good friends, huh? What are they making you do?
Yeah.
They're making me study
Oh
for a
man.
test.
No.
Who are those guys? I want to be friends with them.
Oh,
That's
geez.
Why would they make you do something?
Why would
like
they
that?
intentionally ruin my day and make me go study?
Exactly.
I don't know, sir. I do not, sir.
Intentionally
I do not
ruined
know.
my day.
No, that is so sad. I wish that I could hit them. You know?
Well, punch yourself in the face.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so we're off to a great start. So y'all have heard and obviously we know a lot about LeVeon Bell and his just disgusting display of
I think it's insane how he goes a whole full season without playing. I mean, that's just
and for what? And for what?
it's just
For
insane.
money.
And for
He was
what?
complaining
No,
about money.
no,
Yeah,
it's
he
not.
made no money this whole season. I mean, dude.
What-
come on,
what
he's
else
great.
does he
could
want?
have played for a crappy team. He could have signed for 1 year and made money. But
Yeah.
no, he decided he's complaining about money, but he goes a full year without playing and loses money.
And now it's
Sounds
for
like a great
nothing.
Vacation, not gonna lie.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
No, but he didn't go on vacation, and now that entire year is for nothing. He's cold. He has cold feet. He's been off of him for a season. I mean, sure he's trained, but you lose a year of experience. On top of the fact that you're going to have to come in next year with uncertainty, new team, and on top of all that, your backup did better than you.
Yeah.
But when he comes back, everybody's expecting that he shows out. Does it?
Yeah, he's gonna have-
So
he's gonna
he
have-
has this high expectation. He's not gonna reach it.
Yeah, he's going to have tremendous. I just burped. That was gross.
Yeah.
He's going to have tremendous pressure on him, and he's probably not going to make it. Let's be honest. Like I said, cold feet. He's not going to be like.
I think it really just depends on the team that picks him up.
I mean, yeah. If
he goes
he,
to the Texans, he's gonna actually suck.
yeah, because
I hate to break
the
it.
Texans have no offensive
Yeah.
line whatsoever. I mean, like Deshaun Watson was the most hit player in all of sports because their offensive line is garbage. But so yeah, Le'Veon, and I think like we've talked about this all the time. Can y'all stop? Y'all are both pretty. Can y'all stop
He's
fighting?
trying to grab my cracker, and you can't have my cracker.
First of all, they're my crackers. They're from my room.
Wait, are they really yours? I thought they were Logan's.
They are Logan's. So they were in my room though.
Oh, they're Logan's?
Well,
I'm gonna eat all of them then.
Well,
I know
no.
they're Logan's.
Here's how that works. If they're Logan's, they're yours because you own Logan.
Yeah,
That's how
true,
that works.
so.
Anyway, if you know, you know.
He's living in your apartment.
He's living in, yeah. He's under a lease.
Yeah.
No,
What if I
but
made him pay?
what if he paid y'all directly?
just start running real estate in our
Dude,
apartment.
You really should pay. They
Yeah.
didn't do anything in our room.
I feel like I'm not gonna say his name, but the kid that wrote us a note or y'all a note in the beginning of the year. I feel like if he wanted to like live with y'all, he'd pay y'all rent,
Oh, for sure.
and Logan would move out. Anyway, getting way off track. We've talked about James Conner all year and how because you had him on your fantasy,
Yes,
and he
sir.
like gave you 80,000 points a game.
Yes, sir.
But it is so, and it's like a next man up thing because if you're James Conner and you're playing behind Le'Veon Bell, who's like top 3 running back the last couple of years, and he leaves, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, here's my shot. Comes out of nowhere, beats Le'Veon's records from the year before, and obviously the Steelers didn't do as good as they should have this year, but they have a promising running back going into next season. The only thing they have to worry about is their top wide receiver leaving, and he's been wanting to go to the 49ers for a long time. I don't know why the 49ers wouldn't like him, so that's my projection on where he's going to go. Nico doesn't think so, but if you've listened to this podcast for any duration of time, Nico's an idiot. So he really is, dude. He thinks he... Anyway. But yeah, so I think he's going to go to the 49ers. I don't know. Maybe he just has interest. Maybe he has interest in San Francisco. But we'll see. I think he's also an example of a childish NFL player. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, he is.
I mean...
But I think there's stuff that was going on in the locker room between him and Ben or whoever. It was causing problems, so it was... Yeah. Le'Veon was strictly money. He was just... By the time he was going to blow up.
Yeah, but going back to Le'Veon and the money, why do you need more money? Like, I understand why you want more money, but what are you going to buy? You already make so much cash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you going to buy? What else do you need? You wanted, like, a bigger swimming pool? And for what? Like, if you really want to...
It's how he values himself, which I don't blame him. I mean, if you feel like you're worth it. And take it back, 2 years ago or whatever, when he was insanely blowing up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I give it to him. He needed more money. But the fact that he sat out a whole year is just...
Okay, well, take Juju, for example. He was a walk-on, didn't really make much money at all. Now he's making a lot of money, but he doesn't really care. I mean, he's playing because he loves the game of football.
Well, okay.
Like if you're Le'Veon,
but the only way you can compare that is Le'Veon's Le'Veon and Juju's Juju. Juju can't put out near as much.
He did this year.
No,
he did better than AB this year. He did better than Antonio Brown this year, and he wasn't drafted.
Yeah, but is he ranked one of the top in his position in the league? Because Le'Veon obviously was.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but if we're gonna isolate it to a team, I mean,
yeah, that's what you're saying. I don't know.
Like I don't know. I think you're right though. There has to be something going on in that locker room. Because,
I feel like the Steelers. I don't know.
First of all, I hate Ben Roethlisberger. That guy is a creep. Like when all that stuff came out about him and like the sexual assault allegations with that one chick and something about like him installing a TV for this poor woman and like a bunch of allegations like of what happened in her apartment that night or whatever. I was probably like 9 or 11 or like 10 when that happened, and I was like, I hate this guy. From that day on, I've hated that guy because I don't know if it's true or not. We'll probably never know, but I don't like him, and so there's got to be something going on in that.
Yeah, you never know. It could be rumors, could be fake.
Yeah, a lot of it is, especially if it's like a high-profile guy, you know. But you never know. Most likely is true because that guy's a creep. Similar to Tom Brady. That guy's also a creep.
He's not a creep. He's just weird, dude. He's just weird.
Okay, what's the difference between a creep and a weird dude?
You can be creepy and then you can be weird. There's two different.
Elaborate.
Okay, trench coat kid. In this academy, that's creepy. Gabe, weird. You see the difference between the two?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You make good points.
I do make a good point.
If you're listening to this, you won't understand it.
But
I understand it.
We
Yeah. All right. So I don't know if we can say. Should we tell the story?
Kid story?
The weird kid story.
Yeah, because we got creepy kid and we got weird kid.
Okay, so
would
you like? So let me tell it from my perspective.
There's no bullying on this podcast. No bullying.
Thank you. Extremely beautiful.
Thank you.
There we go. Look at bringing people together. Okay, so we're gonna take a little break from AB and Le'Veon real quick, and we've never told this on the podcast, but so this is my perspective. I only knew Seth and Nico, and obviously my roommates, so I didn't know you were Keaton.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put this out there.
You're gonna say exactly what I would say too. I already know.
I thought I wouldn't like you.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
People think I'm a meanie before they get to know me.
A meanie. No, I just thought you were kind of a jerk.
Yeah. I don't know.
You
look cocky when you walked around.
Yeah, you look.
And I was like,
you just look like you're like.
I don't like this guy.
No, like you look like you. No, here's the thing. You walk around. This is without me knowing you, you walked around looking like your dad owns the place and you were like invincible and you could like shoot a toddler running in the street and not have nothing happen to you. That's what, and you were just so yeah, just shoot a toddler.
What'd y'all think when y'all first saw me? Huh?
I mean, I already knew you.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but when I met you, I was like, oh, this guy's true.
I remember, I think it was me, Nico, and Barnes, and Barnes was like telling Nico, he's like, dude, you know your roommates don't like you. I'm talking about you and Keaton. Yeah, you know.
Okay. Well, Barnes is an idiot.
I never talked to anybody when I first moved.
He thinks he knows everything. But.
Shout out to that guy. That's not his real name either.
Follow him on Spotify, Money B Barnes.
Trap Lord Money B Barnes. Anyway, so from my perspective, here's how the story went. So that sets the preface for you. And I was like 50-50. I was like, he might be cool, but I just don't know him. He looks intimidating because he's walking around all slug. You.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And for the purpose of this podcast, we're gonna call him Gabe. Okay. That's not his real name, but for the purpose of this, we're gonna call him that. Anyway, so we like literally like the first week we get to school, we had to do this like scavenger hunt thing with just taking pictures of the just around the campus and all that. And so I was in Seth's group, and we had some of my roommates in the group, and you had Gabe in your group and your roommates. Yeah. And Gabe doesn't live in our apartment building, but he's in the engineering academy. But he lives like at his house because he's always lived here. Anyway, so they do that, and he's weird at that point, a little awkward, but he's cool.
He can't function a camera very well.
Yeah, I mean, I won't hold that against him because I'm kind of stupid with a camera. But we get back, and like this thing about Mill Creek which is our apartment, you have to have a key fob to get into the stairwell, which gets us up to the floors, and then you have to have a key to get in a room, and he doesn't have that because he doesn't live in the building. But we're walking up, and I obviously didn't know you, but I was walking in front of you, and I knew y'all are behind me, and we both hear the door of the stairwell fly open. And just sprinting.
You hear footsteps.
And then just boom, boom, boom. This kid, Gabe, is flipping his hips around the corner and just running after y'all.
Full sprint. It was insane.
And he goes into your room, and then here's where you can pick up.
Oh, from there at first we just sat down in the living room, turned on the TV, and we're like, all right, we'll wait till Nico and Keaton get back, and they'll figure out, they'll know what to do. And they got back, and we just all went into our separate rooms, and Gabe sat there for 4 hours in our living room.
And then I think Gabe was there when I actually like introduced myself to you, when I met you, Logan and Keaton, and then that's when we all went to lunch, and we came back, and at lunch y'all were telling us like what was happening in the room.
Yeah.
And we get back after lunch, and he's still there, sitting on the corner doing the PowerPoint all by himself. And then I think we went to go like work out or do something, and when we came back he was gone, but there was he wrote y'all a note in 2 languages.
Yeah, it was quite tasteful, not gonna lie. It's quite tasteful.
You're the only one that knows Spanish fluently, but you don't look like you know Spanish.
No.
I don't know why he thought it would be a good idea.
I think maybe he thought Keaton.
But Keaton looks Asian.
But Keaton's darker. Keaton's
sure,
got
but
that tan to him. It's like Beaner.
But no, not at all.
No, but he does.
He has the Asian eyes.
But if you didn't look at his face, you're like Mexican. Easy.
I did not think Mexican.
Okay, I didn't think Mexican
at
because I saw his squinty eyes. I was
yeah.
like, okay, Asian, yeah.
Yeah.
And also his mom's.
He wrote us a note.
It was weird.
In 2 languages. And it was like, dear blah, blah, blah. I had a great time taking photos of y'all today.
Yeah, that was creepy.
It was just weird, dude. Anyway, great guy. I always try to say hi to him. I invite him over to sit with us at lunch sometimes, but
Man, he
He's a
eats
cool dude,
tomatoes
just-
straight up by himself. That's
I guess that's